presenters, and we're going over to them. We will start with three students. They will share their experiences, and then you will hear about the other parts, why Belgium, why Leuven, the admissions, and Q&A at the end. But let's go over to the students. Welcome. We will start, I believe, with Shay. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. So hello everyone, my name is Shay. I'm a BCS student. I'm a second year. I have been part of UCLL for quite a while. I have been studying in UCLL for 4 years. I did a BBM degree, which is business and bachelor's in business management, and now I'm doing computer science. My experience for UCLL has been great so far, and also the city of Leuven itself. It has so much to offer. And initially, before coming to Leuven, I was a bit, nervous about it because it's like Leuven is not a big city, but it's so globalized. There's so many international people here from so many countries that I never felt like I was alone. Like there's always this sense of belonging. And the longer I lived here, it just made it better. If we talk about UCLL, UCLL has helped me a lot. Like I still remember 4 years ago when it was my first year in UCLL. I was like a totally different person. I've grown a lot. I have learned a lot of useful skills that just not are in the field of academia. I have learned lifelong lessons as well. And other than that, also it has helped me grow and take leadership positions. I'm a president of a student organization in UCLL. It's Insignia, and it's for international students. And we do organize events, and it has helped me deal with real life scenarios. Like, sometimes there are some situations where things don't go along, or the plans that you make, it doesn't go along. And I think it really helps being part of the student association, UCL and Leuven. And to be honest, I'm really grateful for this experience. And I would, if I had have a chance, I would do it all over again. I will hand over the mic to Hassan.
Thank you very much, Shay. My name is Hassan, and I am a second year bachelor student at UCLL and also the program ambassador for the same course. My journey at UCLL started with quite nervousness. I was quite nervous because it was my first time going to study abroad, and I had no clue what to expect because I was like, I'm going to a new country and I don't know if the people will be good and how I'm going to get along with my studies because it's a new field for me completely. But I think in the starting days, UCLL organizes for all international students the welcoming days, which is a great initiative. And it helped me a lot from the very start to build that confidence and to have that sense of belonging. Okay, I can get along with people very quickly, and also had a good interactions with my lecturers even before our classes started, and also our student coaches. It was very fantastic. And I think also if we go over to uh, some slides, we had fun activities during the open days. If you see the field where all of us are sitting, it was a fun city walk where we all went out to get to know each other. We played some fun games. That was very good to know each other before even the classes started. And also as a student with no background in computer science, when our classes started, it was also uh, quite a worry for me, like how I'm gonna be in the course. But the course itself was very good, well prepared. I would say well structured. The things were taught from scratch, so I understood a lot from that as well. If I compare like myself right now and the person that I was in terms of that the knowledge that I had for computer science last year, it's beyond I can imagine. I know a lot of stuff now, and I think because the teachers organized the courses very well and they were very well taught in the class as well. And also, if you had any sort of issues, there were focus group sessions every single week where you can go and you can tell what kind of problems are you facing in the course. And if you're not understanding or you're not getting, or the course is going too fast for you, and they took that feedback, and there were some changes made according to that as well. And if you have any general problem as well, you can always contact your student coach, which is a very good option. And I always do that because the student coaches are very helpful for you. They almost guide you in every aspect, not just the studies, also how you are settling in Leuven, how you are doing managing your life in Leuven, because now you've moved abroad, so it's difficult in the start. So it's very good, and I think I enjoyed really much in Leuven, and especially at UCLL as well. I'm gonna pass the mic over to Zhao, who was my classmate last year as well, and also is a second year student.
Hello guys, my name is João Victor. I'm from Brazil and I'm a second year student at UCLL. And my experience at the university has been really nice. I've been learning a lot and also it helped me to get a job now. So a student job at KU Leuven. So I also started from scratch, no previous knowledge. So it's been amazing. I never thought that I could get a job so fast as a student. And also about the city. So Leuven is not a big city, and for me it was a bit difficult when I moved here because I came from Paris. But as you start to make friends and you realize that the city is amazing, you have everything you need in the city, and also you can reach wherever you want in 5 minutes by bike. And it's also you can go to Brussels, to Antwerp, to Ghent, to Bruges in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour, but it's really close. And it's an international city. So I made friends from all around the world. I have friends from Brazil, I have friends from India, I have friends from the United States, from Belgium, of course, that helped me to be part of society. And yeah, we have projects during the semester that we get to know more our classmates and also work with we have been learning, and it helps a lot. And yeah, I think that's it for my part. My classmates have been very helpful. Now I'm gonna pass to Sehat.
Hello, everybody. I'm Inge Stas. I'm the new program manager of the course, the study, and I would like to welcome you all in our session. Maybe I can go to the next slide. Oh, sorry. That was two. So what are we learning? How are we handling things in our Bachelor Applied Computer Science program? Well, most of our students are already thinking in a logical way, are already problem solvers before they come, but that's not necessary because we actually start from scratch. So even if you think, okay, I want to become a computer specialist, you are very welcome. We are going to teach you how to develop a critical and analytical way of thinking. So we are going to learn you everything you need to know to become a good computer scientist. So how is our program built? Well, it's a 3-year full-time program in our campus in Leuven. You already heard that it was in Leuven. And in the first year, we're going to focus on the foundation. So everything you need to know to become in which field you want to specialize in. During the entire course, so during the entire 3 years, we have lots of projects, projects that we do inside our college, but also projects where we are collaborating with the work field. And that's why it is possible to find a job really soon after you start in our school, in our program. Each year we have about 400 starters, which with 25% of them being English students, so in the English programs, so about 100 English speaking students. We divide those groups in smaller parts, of course, 30 to 40 students in each class, and we have lots of nationality represented in our program. For the moment, more than 35. So what courses can you expect to build your base of IT skills? This is for the first year. And you see that with the blue circle, you can see the programming courses. So in the first semester, there is the basis, the programming 1, and the front-end development, where we are going to teach you how a website is built, the part you can see on the screen. We have courses about databases and handling data in general. They are in the red, and in the green part, you can see computer system and computer networks. In computer systems, we are going to talk about what is inside the computer, how do those components work together, and things like that. In the second semester, we are going to talk about networks. How can the computers communicate with each other? And I think one of the most important parts of the course is which I think Hassan talked about already. It's very fun. We learn a lot of different things. You collaborate with students of other courses. You collaborate actually applying it in the third year as in the main part where there is the internship. But you can see also in the second year, we have a workplace project where you start as a junior. We have another IT integration project. So a lot of projects available. Besides the regular courses, you can see there are electives where you can choose in which field you want to specialize. We have 2 courses, so 12 credits in the second year and 6 credits in the third year. But also your specialization should be in your internship as well. So what are the fields you can specialize in? Software development, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, digital experience, business IT management, IT infrastructure, or communication skills. So those are the electives which you can choose from. Is my colleague Sherat here?
Yes.
To do the...
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Nadia. I hope you guys are all well. Thank you all for being here. My name is Serhat. I'm a lecturer at the UCLL. I've been teaching here for 4.5 years. I've also have experience at adult education at Central Adult School. At UCLL, I've been teaching the programming language mostly in our first year. Those are programming 1 and programming 2. I'm also responsible for guiding some theses and helping with internships. Now, at UCLL, we start with Python. It's a great language. If you search, if you have some time, You're all behind your desk. If you can search top 5 most used languages, you'll see that Python will be in the top 5. It's a great language to start with. It's an easy language to start with. That's why we also start with Python. We have decided to use Python as in the beginning and to build your basis of programming with Python. Now, we use Python because of the simple syntax that Python has. It's easy to understand, it's easy to write, and it avoids complicated structures. Now, Python is also very much used for automating tasks that you have, that repetitive tasks. Me, myself, I use Python a lot to automate tasks that I have to make my life a bit easier. There's possibilities that you guys also have experienced Python, and that's great. But as Nadia and the students said, we start from scratch. I do not expect of you to have any previous knowledge. It would be great to have previous knowledge, great, but do not worry if you do not have previous knowledge. We really start from scratch. Now, Python is also very versatile. Python is used among many industries for web development, data science, artificial intelligence. So if you have a great Python knowledge, good knowledge in the programming Python, I'm certain that you'll find a job quickly as a Python programmer, as a data analyst, as a data scientist, as a web developer. So you have a lot of opportunities. I'll go to the next slide. Now, at UCLL, we have in our first year, as you have seen, as Nadia shown to you in our courses are in our first year, we have Programming 1 and Programming 2, which are given, where we learn Python actually. Now, Programming 1 is your first course in your first semester. As I mentioned earlier, we start from scratch. I do not expect of you to have previous knowledge. It's great that you have. In the beginning, it can go slow then for you, but do not worry, we'll catch up soon. And with the topics that we will see in Programming 1 are arithmetic, booleans, more. Also object-oriented, the start of it. So really, we want you to have a good base. Programming 1 is the base of all your other programming courses. So we really start with the basics there. Now, what makes us approach unique at UCLL for teaching you programming? We have 3 sessions that we organize. We have our core, skill, and work session. In our core session, each session exists of 2 hours. In our core session, we will go over the entire theory. I will explain the theory to you. We'll do some fun exercises together, so that in those 2 hours you understand the theory of that topic. For example, arithmetic. If the core session went well, afterwards, another day of the week, we have a skill session where we will work on exercises together. And I'll give you some time to work on some exercises, and in the class we'll try to make them afterwards. After giving you some time, we will do them together, so that you can also see how I solve a problem step by step to get to the desired result. And at the end, we'll have a work session where you get some time to work on your own exercises, and I will be there to guide you or to help you if you are stuck. So we really try to guide you, especially in the beginning, to have a good start, and so that you are not lost, especially if you do not have previous knowledge. Okay. Now for Programming 2, next will be Programming 1, and more of Programming 1, as do other other courses. So it's very important to have to do Programming 1 very well. Programming 2, we will see more advanced topics. We will continue with object-oriented, data analysis, functional programming, and we'll try to make some scripts to get you with your first experience to automate some tasks. We use what we have learned in these courses also in other courses. For example, in Introduction project, you will use the knowledge that you have seen in Programming 1 to build a fun little game with Pi game, if you have experience with it, in introduction week, and that will already be in your first semester. That's also then the reason why, another reason why Programming 1 is so important. As you have seen, we really try to, as I've explained, we really try to do our best to guide you with Programming 1. Yeah.
Okay, so what
And
does...
I'll pass it down.
Okay, thank you. So what does the study life look once you started your BCS program? Well, you will be welcomed into our program with an introduction week. Like Hassan already said, that it was really warm, really welcoming, and you really learn a lot also during that first week. And then we start with our normal classes, with our normal semester, and there will be also the project weeks where you, like Sherat said, will build a game already from scratch. And then in the second semester, there will be a virtual hackathon about waste, so Hack the Waste. And for this year, they are going to work around litter around the streets, how to solve that problem. And it will be 24 hours on campus, so the teams will have to work together with people from all over the world to tackle this problem. And it's very nice. It's very, well, it's tiring because it's 24 hours stretch, but it's very nice as well. So I'll hope you all join. Thank you, and I'll hand down. Oh, sorry, I need another one. Sorry. So the study options after this program. So first finish this program, of course, but afterwards we have at UCLL another program, the Advanced Bachelor in Business Management. It's 1 year. It's a very nice program, but in the first semester there are classes, and in the second semester there is a junior consulting project. And doing this course will give you the right to do a master in just 1 year. So that's a possibility. A second possibility is to do a master degree at one of our partners here in Belgium or abroad. So we have partners, and we're still working on having extra partners. So those are possible if you still want to study after doing the 3 years with us. But some students, they choose to have a job right after this course, this study, and that's possible as well. So there are many jobs available in the IT market. So yeah, during your internship, you will already get to know companies at the projects. You will get to know a lot of the companies offering jobs. That's why they like to come to us, because they like to meet our students, you guys. So you can choose in which field you want to grow and work in, and you will have lots of opportunities available. So now I will give the word to Nadia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Inge, for the introduction of our program. My name is Nadia. I work as a student journey officer and also as an international recruiter here at UCLL. So, and now I will tell you some, let's say tips and tricks, because today I'm not only talking as a staff member of UCLL, but also as a former international student here in Leuven. So may I have my slides for a second? Yes, please. Okay, so first of all, Leuven, just a second. First of all, before you make your final decision about where you would like to study. So it's not only about the program, it's also about the country where you are going and about the city where your university is located. So I think it's very important to consider also the environment. And for example, about Belgium, what I can tell you, three main things. First of all, the country is very, very, very international and very, very, very English speaking, which makes it really easy for you to navigate around in English. So in case you're a little bit shy at the beginning, speaking a local language, and also it gives you some work opportunities upon graduation. So we are located 25 kilometers from Brussels, so where a lot of international companies have their offices, and it means that their corporate language is English. So it's relatively easier to find a job in English in Belgium than, for example, in Spain or Italy, those countries are less English speaking, from what I heard. And also, Belgium is a very nice balance between quality of education and tuition fees, the affordability of education. So my colleague Anne later will give you some numbers on that. And what is also Belgium offering is so-called a search year or an orientation year. This is 1 year after graduation when you can apply for a visa to stay on the territory of country to look for a job. So this is also something that's important to know in case you consider international career in Europe and in Belgium in particular. And now some words about Leuven. So Leuven is a student city, not just because I call it like that, but because it's historically it's happened like that. Because it's not only UCLL that is located in Leuven, but there is another huge university, research university, KU Leuven, and that's why every year thousands and thousands and thousands international and local students, they arrive into Leuven to study and also have a very, very fun time. So trust me, trust my own experience, it's a very, very fun place to be during your study years. Leuven is small, cozy and clean city. So which is also important to know that, everything is very close. You can walk around, you can go by bike, so you can buy everything very close by, and you can feel safe at every time of the day. Regarding, maybe a little bit more information about Leuven. So Leuven is located in a circle. So there is a road, which is a circle, and it's about 45 minutes on foot. So, and our management programs, as well as our program Applied Computer Science, it will be taught on Campus Proximus, which is located in the neighborhoods of Leuven. And on the left picture, you can see this yellow, how you call it, schema, yellow graph. So it represents the area in the neighborhoods of Leuven where your bus pass will be active. So you pay just €35 per year, and you can, commute unlimited number of times in the neighborhoods of Leuven, which is almost for free. Maybe a couple of words about housing. So in Leuven, 20% of student housing, they are student residences, and about 80% of housing options, they are belonging to the private market. So my greatest advice to start look for housing in Leuven as early as possible. Usually student residences, they have deadlines around March or April when you can apply for a student residence. Private market housing, they normally do not have a deadline, but the sooner you find your room from abroad, also it's not necessarily you need to come here, the sooner you start, the easier it will go. The more you postpone, the more challenging it becomes, because remember, thousands and thousands of students are coming to study here and also to look for accommodation. And maybe a couple of numbers regarding cost of living. So your average budget per month would be around €700 to €1,000. So it includes your housing, it includes food, it includes some traveling costs, maybe around some books, clothing. So just, of course, it depends on your lifestyle, but on average, kind of keep this number in mind. And now I'm passing the word to Anne, who is our Senior Admissions Officer.
Okay, I'm muting my mic. Hello, everyone. Indeed, my name is Anne Michaud, and I am the admissions officer at UCLL. So if you apply, and I'm sure you will, then we'll definitely be in touch later on when applications open up. First of all, I'd like to tell you a little bit in a nutshell how you can apply, what you need to do. Just going through a few web pages that I can show you. If I can have the next slide, please. Oh, I have to do it myself. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. Right. So the first important page that you should go to, that you should visit, is our admissions page, because here on this page, you will learn what you all the information about application requirements. As you can see on this screenshot, the first step you have to take is just check out the application requirements. Do I fulfill these requirements? Is my degree sufficient to enroll in the program? There are also language requirements. So we use IELTS or TOEFL test results to prove your English proficiency. So that is really important to find out whether you fulfill these requirements. General, for the qualifications or for your degrees, we can say that at least you must have access to higher education in your own country or the country where you obtained your degree. Now, it may differ from country to country. Some countries, for some countries, it's okay to have just a high school degree or a secondary education degree. In some other countries, there's also a national entrance test or a higher education entrance test. So if that is the case, you should take that test, because this is the general rule, having access to higher education in your own country. Now, you'll see there's also a video, short video. So we help you out with short videos on our web pages, so that you have a little bit of support in case you get stuck somewhere. Okay, the second step is the actual application. Okay, after having checked out the application requirements, you can go on to the application. It's particularly important to know the deadlines until when you can apply. We open up applications on the 1st of December, and the deadlines when the applications close are different depending on where you come from or what the status is. So if you are a non-European student who needs a study visa for Belgium, the deadline, application deadline, would be the 1st of April, and we extend it at the maximum until the 1st of May. If you are a European student, or you're a non-European student already living in Belgium, then the application deadline is the 31st of August. The last deadline, 15th of June, does not apply to this program. It's for the business management program across Europe. So you don't have to take that into account. So 1st of April or the 31st of August. Now you'll see we explain on this page how you should start your application, how to log in, but also how we check your application. And the third button there, the intake interview, also pertains to the applied computer science program. So for this program, there is an additional step in the application process, which is the intake interview with one of the study coaches of the program. For the non-European students, I should point out that non-European students requiring a study visa, we require advance payment of tuition fee. So you should take that into account when budgeting for your stay in Belgium or at UCLL. And then finally, the admission letter, how it is provided to you and at what point. And again, you'll see some short videos on the bottom of this page that can help you out with when you are submitting your application or working on your application. Okay, as I said, already answered a question in the chat about tuition fees. So it's also a bit different according to what kind of a student you are, where you come from. So first of all, I would like to say, just take into account the first column, the total amount. The next columns is a fixed component and variable component. And when you add these two up, then you end up with the total amount. So you don't have to add up the three columns. Okay, so for the non-European students who are here on a study visa, the rate would be 5,800, which has to be paid before an admission letter is issued. All other students will pay the 1,116 euro. It will probably go up slightly. It will still be around 1,150 maybe for next year. We don't have the actual tuition fee rate yet. And if you are a Flemish student on a scholarship, on a government scholarship, then you pay less. Also, if you are a refugee in our country, a recognized refugee in our country, you also pay less. But most students pay either the first or the second tuition fee rate, depending on your status as a student. Okay, next to the tuition fee, students who come here and study on a study visa, they should also take into account that when they are applying for their visa, they need their the admission letter that you receive from us, but they will also have to prove their financial means while studying here in Belgium. So that means there are different ways of doing that. Either you find yourself a sponsor, it can be a family member, can be a friend, and then this person has to fill out forms, prove income, and all that. The other option, which is actually managed by UCLL, is the blocked account option. It means that you will transfer money to UCLL for the entire year, and for this year, probably next year as well. I don't see that the amount will be going up considerably. So it is 10,300 euros. This is your money. You just put it into a blocked account at UCLL, and every month we return 850 euros to you, which is not maybe the entire cost of living, but it's the major part of your cost of living here in Leuven or in Belgium. So you have to take that into account as being a visa student, that you would have to pay for the tuition fee beforehand and also for the blocked account, because you need the proof of blocked account, which is called the financial guarantee letter, before you can apply for a visa. Okay, now I've explained everything in a nutshell. Of course, and I'm sure when you have not looked at our website, you have many questions. Where can I find this? Where can I find that? So here are a few tips. First of all, our website, of course, and you can use the search button to find information. So if you go to our homepage and you type in tuition fee, then you end up on the tuition fee page and so on. We also have a frequently asked question page where you find a lot of questions and answers about things that really concern you. And then also, the last one is the chat. You can chat with us. You can do that when you have started your application and saved your application. From that point onwards, you can chat with us within your application. We check it on a very regular basis, every day, every 2 days. So this would be your best option to communicate with me or my colleagues from the admissions office. If everything else fails and you say, okay, I don't find the answer at all, then there's always the option to email our admissions office through the email admissions@ucll.be. So this is, in a nutshell, a little bit about application requirements, the admissions process. And I think we can now hear your questions and try to answer them as best as we can.
Exactly, that's the idea now. Thank you everybody for your input already, and I hope it was clear for the students. Now indeed we go over to the questions. A couple of things before that, actually quickly, is that I put some polling questions on the screen at the right bottom. If you haven't answered yet, please do so. If you have to leave, we like to know your feedback. So let us know a little bit about what you find most important in selecting a university program, and if you're considering to apply for when. I will open up another question in a couple of minutes. And by the way, the link to the application portal, just to emphasize, you can find it as well under apps, and then the link is right there. So you can find there the application portal. All right, so we received some questions. Now, maybe let's start with the first one from Rob. He was joining for his son, studying in Leuven already. Could he switch to the program? That was already answered, but just maybe if there are other parents joining, or you want to know for yourself, of course. So Anne, you already answered that.
Yes, answered with another question, question though. So it all depends. If you want to switch this semester, I think it's kind of hard because the semester is already well underway. The next semester, traditionally, the Applied Computer Science program does not accept students for the second semester because it's kind of in the middle. You start in the middle of the academic year, unless there is some pressing or urgent reason, and then we can always consult with the program manager, which is Inge. But normally it would be next September.
Okay, thank you. Then we'll go over to the next question. And that is a question from Claude. Do you offer scholarships? A question we get more often, but also answered by Anne that tuition fees are already moderately priced, so that is not offering scholarships, right?
That's right. That's right. Yes.
And yeah, great. Zach, so question from how much time does programming 1 take before switching to programming 2? Who can answer that?
So the programming 1 is during the first semester. It starts in September and it ends in December with the exams in January. And then mid-February, you can start with programming 2. So it's semester 2 for us.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Hope that answered that for Zach. Thank you. Uliana, well, I think that question has been answered. How much does it cost? So there's a link as well in the chat about the cost, and you can find it there and also on the page that was shared before. And I think the information was given. Otherwise, let us know. A question from Angela. When should I apply and what level should my language be? I guess that refers to the English level.
Yes, when should I apply? Well, any time between the 1st of December and depending on where you're from. If you're non-European and you need a study visa, then you should apply preferably before the 1st of April, but at the latest for the 1st of May. The reason why we have this early deadline is because we know from experience that visa students, they need more time they have to apply for their visa, obviously. Whereas European students, if they have their admission letter, they can jump on a plane the next day and come to us. Whereas you need to apply for a visa. It takes more time in some countries, depending on the country where you are. It may take from maybe 2 to 3 weeks to 2 to 3 months. So that is the reason why non-European students who need a visa should apply earlier. Now, the language, what level of language should I be? I can say that the minimum requirement is an IELTS 6.5 or a TOEFL. I think it's 79 from the top of my head. I think it's 79. There's also Cambridge B2 level, but you find everything on the application requirements page. But these are the minimum requirements that we. So if you have not obtained such a language certificate yet, you can start preparing for it, and also take tests or take sample tests, just to make sure that you are not paying for a test when you're maybe not ready yet to take the test. So before you take the test, make sure that you have a reasonable success rate. Otherwise, it's a waste of money, obviously.
May I also add something here? So for the question of application deadlines, we encourage our students to apply as soon as possible. Why it's important? Not only because of the visa, but also because as soon as you get your admission letter, so you are in peace, so you are approved, you are happy, so you can already start looking for housing. So normally students, they are waiting, okay, I will know first when I'm admitted, and then I will start looking for housing. But as I told you earlier, the earlier you start with housing, the better. So the best time to look for housing in Leuven is March or April, especially once it comes to student residences. The application deadlines for housing are there, so at the end of April, somewhere around 20th of April or something. So it increases your chances to find a good room in Leuven considerably if you start doing it early.
Okay. Thank you, Nadia, for that addition. Next question we received from Radmir. Can you work part-time while studying?
Yeah, maybe I can cover this question as well. So students can work, non-European students can work 20 hours per week as a maximum during the study period, and they can work full-time during the official university holidays. For example, during the Christmas break or during the Easter holiday or during the summer holidays, you can work full-time. But once it comes to the study period, only 20 hours per week, and on the time that do not overlap with your classes. So evenings or weekends, for example. So, and yeah, maybe something good to know, 600 of hours of non-taxable income per year for students. So once you're working as a student, 600 hours per year, it's a non-taxable income.
Okay, thank you, Nadia. I hope that answered that question. I saw some students nodding already in the start as well, that can you work part-time. Are any of the students working part-time at this moment?
I work.
Yes, I do as well.
I think the three of us, we work part-time, and I've been working since I arrived in Leuven. I started in a restaurant, and now I work as a developer. I help the PhD students with Python, and yeah, I think it's fine. You just have to manage your time, but you can work 20 hours per week. It's fine.
And I think adding on to what Nadia said, I think from next year onwards, it's going to be 475 hours per year, not 600, if I'm not wrong.
No, she's right. It's 600 hours. We pay only 2% of taxes, and after 600, we have to change our contract.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
but
I think they change it from next year onwards, so it's going to be 475. I can be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 475.
I think it was like before our year, it was less because I always keep tracking.
No. Hassan is right, Victor.
Really?
All
They're
right.
gonna change it. They changed the laws, so next year it's gonna be 475 again. They changed the laws to 600, but they changed the law again. So from next year it's 475.
Oh wow.
After that, you will have to pay taxes.
All
So
right.
I do pay taxes. I think it's around 25%. But I mean, if you want to work, you can. But then you pay 25% taxes or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the intention, like the main intention of international students of being here, it's actually studying. That's why, you
Yeah.
know, kind of working possibilities, they're limited. So otherwise, you know, how can you prove that your intention is actually studying?
Exactly. Well, good. Thanks to for your input from the students as well. So we know that it is possible and doable in that sense as well. But yeah, thanks for your insights. Next question from Zach: is it possible to set up an in-person tour to visit the campus?
Yeah, maybe I can
Nadia?
answer. So normally we have open days several times per year. I think 4 or 5 times per year we have open days here on campus, Campus Proximus in Leuven. So you can just Google open days UCLL. So, and then you will see the schedule, and yeah, any of those days you can come, you can visit the campus, you can meet current students, you can meet program managers, program coordinators, so admissions office as well. So yeah, just check.
Okay. Thank you. And we have another question. As an international student, how does UCLL support combining academic learning with practical experiences like internships or industry connections? As Zemrani is eager to develop both academically and professionally. What can you say about that?
Yeah, as an international student, I think, yes, I think UCL does a good job at exposing us to a lot of industries. Like in the BCS, we had IT Industry Discovery Week, which is not a week per se. It's like it goes through a whole semester, but like there are 2 intense weeks, and we did visited a lot of organizations. Like I visited IBM, and I was fascinated by the way they were doing stuff with the with like a technological aspect. Also, they do the same for BBM. I'm not sure with the program changes, but I think you get a lot of exposure to industries, and they also encourage you to develop your networking skills. And I think it's really important to. I mean, UCL is going to provide the opportunity, but it comes down to you doing the networking part, because I think in today's world, networking is a really, really major factor.
Great, thanks, Shay. Very useful to know, and appreciate that answer. We got the thumbs up, and also from the audience, so I think they also appreciated it. We do have a couple of minutes left for a last question, if you have one. If you don't, well, actually, I have another question for you, because we'd like to also know on the screen, as you can see right over my head, and sorry for the others as well, what kind of information are you still looking for? If there's something missing that you'd like to know more of, then let us know right here. This we can send them through to the staff of UCLL, and they can then probably come back to you. So let us know your choice, and whilst you do that, I'll check if we have questions. We don't have any questions yet more, but I did see some people joining in late. So I want to mention that this session is being recorded, so you can watch it again. We will send it to everybody. And also some people joined just recently, I saw. So maybe it was due to a time difference or so. But yeah, you can actually stay on. You can just stay in the session, because it will restart within a couple of minutes. So you can see it then from the top, from the start again. Okay. And Thank you all for your feedback, for the people that voted, for the others that let us know. And I think that wraps up the session. So far, no further questions. So I think everything is simply clear. Great. We're getting thumbs up already. And I saw some people already saying thank you. So that is great to see as well. Maybe then over to you, Nadia, to round up the session.
Yes, sure, with pleasure. So thanks everyone for being here today with us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention to UCLL, to our university. So I wish you best of success in your decision making, because it's a really, really, really important decision that will turn your life upside down. And yeah, who knows? We all hope that next September we can welcome you here in Leuven on our cozy campus Proximus at UCLL. And in case you have some questions, just please let us know. Maybe, Luke, you can demonstrate the last slide with the email addresses and useful contacts that you can use to contact us. Yes, this one. So we have frequently asked questions link where you can find answers for most of the questions. If you haven't found an answer about the application or what kind of documents you need or admission requirements, feel free to email to the admissions office. If you have questions about program content, there is an email address, bcs@ucll.be. So study track coaches and the program manager, they are behind this email box. They will be happy to answer your questions. Also, please feel free to check Student Life via Instagram accounts of our student associations of UCLL, Insignia and Amani. And also, I mentioned earlier the info events and open days on campus and online. Please make sure that you monitor our webpage where you can find all useful information on how you can meet us, maybe even in your country once. So consider this opportunity. So, and this is all from my side. I hope to see you, and we all hope to see you all here in September. And maybe as a final note, look, can you show me in a big screen? Because I would like to show something.
Of course. 1 second. Oh, that's not you.
Yes, that's also important, but that's not me. Okay, this is me. Okay, so hope to see you all in September next academic year. And we all, me and you and other students and staff members, we will all be part of all international community, and we'll be proudly wearing this T-shirt of UCLL. So it was not very visible once I was sitting, so I would like to demonstrate it now and to invite you here to our warm and cozy international community in Leuven.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.